So, hey guys, I am obviously an avid action figure collector, and one thing I love about having action figures is making dioramas for them. And I'm fairly sure a lot of people have seen these two, but recently I've had an influx of subscribers, and I thought they might be interested in two of my favorite dioramas. Not the most sophisticated, I think the most kind of complicated and intricate diorama I made was my bar, and I'm really proud of that. But these two I think turned out really well. So the first one we're going to look at is my video store. Now initially I had a smaller video store, but I wanted to put more stuff in, so I scrapped it and removed the shelves and the parts I wanted. So here it's essentially a throwback to two video stores I used to go into back in the day, and I wanted to do kind of nods to video stores I think everyone went into back in the day. So essentially what you have is just this kind of square room with a number of shelves and VHSs on all of them. So what I did was I printed out essentially teeny tiny movie posters and VHS covers and converted them into collages, cut them down intricately, and then for the base I either used a linoleum kind of plastic or cardboard to make the VHSs. And I'm kind of happy the way they turned out, because I think I got some really nice detail even though they're printed so small. So as you can see there is the horror section. What video store wouldn't have a decent horror section? And I've got some good titles there, so if you see any movies there that you like, let me know. I also put an arcade machine in. Now this I picked up when I was working in Toy Master, and it was kind of an LOL doll kind of set, but I picked it up and I put different decals into it. I put the AVP arcade game still from that into it there, and yeah, I think it really kind of brings out the idea that this is a video store, but also it's kind of place people to go to just chill and play games as well. The posters, I printed out a bunch of posters. I think a lot of people thought that the posters were the mini posters that came with the Movie Maniacs figures back in the day, but no, again, like the VHS covers, I just printed them out and cut them down. I'm very happy with the ones I got. I got the Be Kind Rewind, I've got The Lost World, Alien Resurrection, Wicked City, sold here, the kind of snacks posters you'd see, Predator 2, Species 3, and yeah, I didn't want everything to be kind of like, you know, these boutique titles. I wanted stuff that you would have seen back in the day. I also put in some joke posters. Again, there's Hamlet starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, and there's Nebraska Jim from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the fake movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Over on this side here, there is the erotic thrillers and comedies. I know it's a weird place to be putting the two of them, but yeah, I got a bunch of movies there, erotic thrillers and then comedies. And here I have a cutout. I used to love the standees when you'd go into a video store and you'd see cool standees. The kids section. Now maybe I shouldn't have put the kids section too close to the erotic thrillers, but you know what? I think Jen would appreciate it. Yeah, so there is my kids section. I got Batman the Animated Series, I got E.T. and Ghostbusters and a couple other things there. And here is a gumball machine I made. And like with the movie posters, what I did was I printed out a collage of different movie posters and just put it around the top, so you'd have different movies that would be on sale, and it's attached to the gum dispenser. This had just candy in it, small candy in it, so I put it there. And also one thing I put in was the bunting. I was really happy because I don't know if you guys remember this, and I don't know if it was done in your video store, but some video stores used to hand bunting for new releases, so I put them up there. And here as well is the science fiction and adventure section. Now this was kind of the layout of my video store back in the day. I don't know, would it have been a universal layout? But yeah, no, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I think it's one of my better dioramas. I think it's fun. It's basic. It's cardboard. I didn't use plywood, or I didn't use any kind of MDF or anything like that. It's essentially just a standard kind of cardboard diorama, and I use this kind of, it's essentially like wrapping paper, but it was wood colored, so I used that for the floor of the store. But yeah, I really like this diorama. Again, not the most sophisticated of the ones I've made, but I'm very happy with it, and just the level of detail I put into it I'm proud of, because all those, I wanted to put in stacks and rows of VHSs, and I think I achieved that. I think it came out looking very well. And yeah, some of the glue, it was weird. It's weird how something that might actually be a problem adds to it. I put the glue on. I glued some of the VHSs together to keep them from slipping and attaching them to the shelves. And it just makes the boxes, the video boxes, look that bit older. So it kind of helped in the long run. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. Next one we're going to look at is my kind of Weyland-Yutani laboratory. And again, this one is a bit more sophisticated because I used wood, but in other ways it's not too kind of advanced. These are fuses for putting fuse boxes on walls. I got 2 of them and glued them back to back. I removed the kind of main part from the top one here and used this as a table. And yeah, I used the kind of signage from the Alien universe just to show what kind of facility it was. So there you go. And again, this is not super complicated. I wanted to keep it very bare, very minimal. This is a research lab, and it would probably be very kind of clinical and clean and sterile. So I essentially made this little shelf here. I made what is kind of like an airlock. It's kind of a flap down airlock. I have the original Weyland logo here, but also put in the Weyland-Yutani logo on this. This is funny. This is a vial I was given when I was going to a doctor's appointment to give a urine sample. Turned out I didn't need to give the urine sample, and I just kept the vial. So that's what that is. If you're interested, I know it's weird. This here, I wanted to try and make it look like it was some kind of robot arm or some kind of medical device. It's a stand. It's actually a stand for action figures. And yeah, I put this onto it. I was originally going to put kind of a needle tip onto the end of it, but I didn't want to go fucking stabbing myself every time I moved it. And again, it's essentially a medical device. You could use it for doing like autopsies on creatures, or if someone was injured, you could make it look like it was doing surgery on them. And here's this kind of warning poster, Weyland-Yutani warning poster, and there's Ash doing his autopsy on the facehugger. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I did not actually use that file. It was just like, ah, fuck it, what'll I do with this? And I just said I'd use it as a container for creatures. There's the newborn alien from Alien Covenant, and again, not super complicated. I just like the way it turned out, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. There is another diorama I am really proud of. It's the bar. I'll show you that another time. But yeah, out of all the dioramas I've done, these 2 are the ones I really had fun making, and they're pretty cool. But yeah, guys, are any of you guys figure collectors? And if you are, do you make your own dioramas? If you do, let me know in the comments below. And what would be the ideal diorama you'd love to make? Let me know that as well. My name's Martin, this has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.